Hello. Today's episode is dedicated to the cavalry commander, Brienne of Tarth. Who is she? What does she bring to the game as a commander? What synergies does she foster? I'll try to answer these and other questions in the video below. Enjoy! Brienne, or more precisely Sir Brienne of Tarth, is a noblewoman of House Tarth. Daughter of Lord Selwyn Tarth, she is destined to inherit his ancestral lands, but she chose the path of a warrior and earned her knighthood through her courageous deeds. Why did she choose this path? Because when she dressed as a noblewoman, she faced mockery from other nobles due to her unfeminine figure and awkward movements. However, when wielding a sword, these flaws disappear, making her large blue eyes radiate strength and confidence. She possesses a strong knightly will, which earned her the masculine epithet Sir, reserved for knights. Yes, she became the first knight of the Seven Kingdoms thanks to Jaime Lannister. Her character's background is so rich that it would take me ages to describe all her traits, so let's just leave it at that. Brienne is a stronger version of Layla Mormont, increasing the same stats, but to a greater extent. Health and defense of cavalry by 50%, and total attack by 25%. These aren't game-changing values for cavalry, but her power lies in her awakening ability. Simply having Brienne at max awakening level provides significantly higher percentages than Layla Mormont. She also grants a 1% chance to use her commander's ability 5 times, and a 20% chance for the ability to perform a critical hit, doubling the damage. This is a significant difference even if someone has Layla Mormont's weapon at max level, as the difference is still clearly visible. Unfortunately, as is often the case with female synergy, RNG plays a significant role, and a player using this synergy can be quite unpleasant in combat. Such are the joys of this synergy. I'll talk about sample lineups at the end of the video, but now let's move on to another important aspect of the game, Guardian Mode. This mode is used during Weirwood, Training Grounds, and Rebel Leaders. Her rage skill, called Oath of the Holy Blade, isn't particularly difficult mechanically. It deals massive damage to characters with a protective shield, while against those without a shield, the damage is reduced by a factor of 3. It's a good counter to Marguerite or Egbert. But that's about it. She's ideally placed at the forefront, directly against the rebel leader. Unyielding Oath combined with Knight's Way give her quite a high survivability, while the resistance stacks from Knight's Way increase her attack by around 5,000 for all allies. If she has defensive support in the second line, she can not only withstand the entire fight, but also pack a serious punch. Level 6 Rebel Leader? Give her a 10 straight away. Even that shouldn't be too much of a threat. There's another mode currently being played during the Siege of Winterfell, Real-Time Strategy. When I first read the description of her ability in this mode, I had to search my memory for another commander with a 3-stack ability for 8 seconds. Senelle! Do you know what that actually means in combination with Kasana? 3,600 additional percentages. And that's with single stabs from Brienne and Senelle. Infantry thrown in front of such a trio won't even melt. They'll evaporate like ice thrown into a furnace. Poof, it was and is gone. It's an almost unimaginable force that even spearmen will have to reckon with. Just to satisfy your curiosity, if Brienne and Senelle gain 3 stabs, it'll be 9,000% attack. Fortunately, 3 stabs won't last long, but that's a whole other level of gameplay. Are reports even capable of showing 5-digit statistics? And Lost Realm with such lunatics on board? The boss won't even know what sent him into oblivion. Now that I've touched on the tricky subject of setups and synergies between individual commanders, it's time to discuss female synergies. Since Brienne isn't cheap to acquire, well, you can get one for free, but it'll take a long time. Let's dive straight into legendaries. Since we already have the chance to use the commander's skills multiple times, it's worth reducing the cooldown, right? This is where Kasana comes in. We already have skill spam, so maybe it's worth buffing them? This is where Sinel comes in. Buffed skills can destroy the enemy army in less than half the combat time. Who would I see in the other 2 slots? It all depends on who we're fighting. Daenerys, whose awakening ability is already shortened compared to the others, can increase skill power even faster and also disarm the opponent. Bleeding synergies have no chance of lasting. Furthermore, Cersei, who gives her the chance to damage all enemies, can cause quite a bit of mischief in the back lines. It all depends on your playstyle, the commanders you have, and the type of opponent. As a player focused on spears and weakness synergy, am I interested in adding her to my lineup? Yes and no. But that's just a pipe dream, as my immediate goals are focused on other commanders. Thanks for today, and see you soon.